What's going on, guys? It's Thursday and I'm back to help you win another Horizon 5 trial event. This week we have Rallying Around Mexico. It is a dirt racing event for modern rally cars tuned to B-spec. Now this event is very similar to the one we had 2 weeks ago where you had to use a Mitsubishi Lancer or a Subaru Impreza. Almost the same concept because most of those cars are in the modern rally category with the exception of a couple. But nonetheless, the car I decided to go with is the same one I used 2 weeks ago, 2008 Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution 10 GSR. I made a tune for it. I'll show it on screen right now. It is called B700 Rally V2. A couple things to note here. Initially, a couple weeks ago, when I put out this tune, it was either the standard 6-speed race transmission or it was the 7-speed race transmission. I think it was the 6-speed, and it had a couple other things on it. But to prevent it from going into A class. But I end up a couple days after that, I added the 9-speed transmission and give it a little bit more consistency in terms of just keeping higher RPMs and keeping the car from kind of stalling out in a higher gear. And I added some more weight to it to keep it in the B700 range. And I took off the front rally lights. I really did that just to make my thumbnail a little better for the picture of the front end of the car, but I didn't even put them on. But it's not that big a deal. Taking the rally lights off, it's not big a deal at all. But like I said, though, 9-speed transmission in favor of the regular race transmission. Either way, if you had the tune with the 6-speed race transmission, it's going to be completely fine. I just think the 9-speed gives it a little bit more consistency. Kind of just makes it a little more comfortable to drive for me anyway. No matter which of those tunes you use, I think this is the best car for this event. You probably won't have very many issues at all. The only things to really, I guess, keep in mind are some of those really sharp turns, because the off-road tires don't really like heavy braking on pavement surfaces very much. But if you get that nailed and don't slam into the wall too much, you're gonna be fine. I did a relatively decent job of doing that. There were a couple times it kind of got away from me, but still, this thing it's definitely quick enough and it handles very great with those off-road tires. You're not gonna have really any issues at all, especially on the dirt portions of these events. A lot of people are going to be using like the '04 Subaru WRX STI or the newer, the S209. They're fine. It's just I prefer the Mitsubishis in these games. I think this one is just hits the nail right on the head for what I look for a B700 dirt racer in the modern rally category. I think no matter what you choose, though, you're probably going to be pretty well off. Your teammates probably aren't going to screw you up too much. I only had, I think, one dud teammate, and it was okay. It really wasn't that bad. We still managed to win regardless. It's an actually fun event, though. I like the Impreza versus Subaru one we had a couple weeks ago. So this one, when I saw, it was almost the same thing. I knew I had a tune ready already. I didn't have to kind of grind and figure anything out. I kind of knew what I was going to use ahead of time. And I did practice the races, albeit they were like the stock races for this season. So it was like wet. It was like post-rain conditions, so that kind of made things a little different. But it was still fairly consistent to what you're gonna encounter in the actual race. I hope they keep sticking with these dirt racing events. I think they're really fun. I'm kind of sad the Ford Focus RS, 2003 Ford Focus RS, is not in the modern rally category like it was in the previous Horizon games. That's definitely the car I would have tried to make work, but it's fine. I do like the Evo 10 GSR. It's a beautiful car. If you win this event, you get the Hoonigan RS200, which is a very fun car to use. It's a very diverse car. You can use it road racing, dirt racing, even cross country to a certain degree, and a few different tuning categories as well. It's a very fun car. I encourage you to get this trial event done and try to get that car if you don't already have it. It's a blast to drive. It really is. Let me know down in the comments ultimately what car you decide to go with, if it was the same car you used 2 weeks ago for that trial event. If you used the Lancer Evo 10, let me know if your tune was different than mine, what the differences were between the two. Leave a like on the video if it helped you out. Subscribe if you want more future videos like this. I plan on doing these trial videos every week, and I do have another Forza Horizon Open recommendation video coming out sometime this week. I did one last week for my recommendations for dirt racing cars in Horizon Open. This week we're going to cover cross-country vehicles, and then the one after that will ultimately be road racing. So hopefully you guys will be there for those as well. If you need any help with any of these events, or if you just want to talk Forza with a great community of people, hop into my Discord server. I've linked that in the description of this video. You can also find the share code for the tune if you missed it earlier on. We're always there willing to help people out that need any kind of help with these seasonal events that happen every week, or if you need tuning advice or just car recommendations, anything, hop in there. We're a good group of guys. We love to interact with the community. Yeah, that's all I really got for this week. Hopefully you guys get all these challenges done and have a blast doing it, and I will see you next week for another video.